Glad that you all came to tonight's class. This might be, if it's a tad bit overwhelming, don't worry. This is all going to be super important and the building blocks of everything that you guys are going to be doing going forward from here, right? So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to share my screen, and I have slides. So we're going to have fun with these slides, okay? Boom. Boom. All right. Let me know. Can you guys see this? Let me pull up my chat too so I can see.
Yeah, we can see it, man. You're
beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. All right, so here's the thing, right? I'm going to be asking for some engagement as we go through this. I like engagement, I like interaction, so we're going to be engaging tonight, okay? So today, okay, so this is their 6-week content marketing class, right? Presented by me, your favorite media nerd, Ali, okay? So what we're gonna do, before we start, what I want everybody to do, I'm gonna drop this in the chat right now. Okay, I'm gonna drop this in the chat. Boom. Boom. All right, I want everybody to open this Google Drive folder here. Okay, open this up and keep this handy because this is gonna be super important as we go through this and as I assign you your homework later. All right. Boom. Take that and keep that in your back pocket. All right. So here's what we're gonna learn. All right. Week 1. All right. Today we're gonna build out your marketing calendars. We're gonna build out your lead magnets if you don't already have one, and then we are going to create your brand constitution document. There's a typo right there. At least you know it's not AI. Right? So your brand constitution document is going to be pretty much your holy Bible for everything that is your brand. Okay. Okay. Week 2. We're going to build out the landing page to give people the lead magnet, right? It is not going to be anything crazy. It's going to be super simple. Just the main point is to get their information, give them the product, give them the lead magnet, right? All right, week 3, we're going to go through and we're going to build the content around your ICA, right? Everybody knows what ICA is here, right? I assume, right? Give me a 1 in the chat if you know what ICA is. And give me a 2 in the chat if you don't. Ideal client avatar, boom. Yes, sir, Sam. Tammy, so ICA is your ideal client avatar, right? This is who you're talking to in your content, who you're talking to in your marketing. It's super important to understand who is on the other side of that camera, right? So to them, so when you're speaking to them and you're speaking to all these problems, right? To them, they're like, oh, they just stumble across your content, right? To you, it's a more calculated thing to get your content in front of the exact people that you needed to, right? Okay, and then week 4, we're gonna go through and I'm gonna show you how to film and how to edit the content that you just built out, and I'm going to make it so easy for you, I promise you'll all be able to do it by the end of it. Everybody that was at Operator Week, I don't know if there was anybody here at Operator Week, but anybody that was there, that I taught this to, literally within like 15 minutes, like they knew how to do it, and it's a pretty easy skill to learn. Okay, and then week 5, I'm going to show you how to set up Google Alerts and Claude tasks that's going to pull content from these Google Alerts, all like in your niche. Generally, so mine are set up with like all like peptide stuff, and so like I have 14 different keywords, and anytime that an article is made with any of these keywords, I get a Google alert, and then I have my Claude. It goes through, siphons through them, takes all of them ones that are going to be most optimal for content, and then it spits me out a Google document every single day with content ideas based off of those articles, right? I'm going to show you how to set that up. And depending on how it all goes and everybody's progress and bandwidth and how much we can like wrap our heads around, I'm going to show you how to connect what's called sandcastles.io to Claude for more content research. That's a maybe. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Now, week 6, we're going to review everything. I'm going to pick on one of you, and we're going to review everything that you have built out, right? So why listen to my dumbass, right? So I've been making content since I was literally 11 years old. I started a YouTube account when I was 11. Yeah, easy peasy. I know a thing or two. These are just some metrics, right? That recent videos that I've done that have performed pretty well. So if you don't already know, like I'm the media manager and creative director for NCI, IHN, and Jason Phillips, right? And also another reason why you should listen to me is most of you, from what I see and on my feed, most of you are posting content without a strategy. We will fix that. Okay? How many of you wake up and don't know what you're going to be posting today? Put a 1 in the chat. Tammy, my full name is pronounced Ali Tawusi. Tawusi. Last name, it means peacock in Iranian. So my full name translated to English means Ali the Great Peacock. Hence my Instagram tag.
Thank you.
Right. Kristen, just built your calendar out. Love it. Okay. Right? So clearly, like, we're making content without a plan, right? So this is gonna fix all of that. It's gonna let you know who you're talking to, who you're making content for, and it's gonna be great. Okay, boom. So first of all, who the hell are you talking to, right? So before you make any content, you need to know exactly who you're talking to. You are talking to one definitive person on the other side of that camera, right? Not just women that want to lose weight, right? There's more to that. Be specific, okay? These are the 5 questions that all of you should be able to answer about your ICA, right? Who are they? What are their pain points? What have they already tried that didn't work? What does their life look like? And what's their life gonna look like after working with you? And what's the one thing they're most afraid of, right? You should be able to answer all of these questions about your ideal client, okay? Now, I have a brand questionnaire that's gonna ask you in depth questions about exactly who you're talking to. And so what I'm gonna do, so that's in that folder that I had you guys take at the beginning of this, right? Drop the link, boom. So it's actually in that folder. So what I'll do, we're gonna take this, just in case. Boom. Boom. There it is in chat for you, right? This is honestly, this one's like, there's 2 different versions of this brand document that I made. So this one is a little bit more like simplified. The other one, it's so in depth, it'll literally probably take you like 45 minutes to an hour to do. If you want that one, reach out to me afterwards and I can get you that too. It's a little bit more in depth. So yeah, I just wanted to keep it simple for now. Okay? Now, after you fill that out, all of the answers that you have on there, you're going to take that and you're going to take this Claude prompt that I have in this document right here, and I'm going to put this in the chat as well. Boom. So you're going to take those answer responses and you're going to take this Claude prompt, and it's going to create this brand constitution document for you. All right? We got this idea from Dom Yakavone. He sent out an email blast like 4 months ago or whatever, talking about a brand constitution doc, how like it should be like your holy Bible. Anytime there's questions about your brand internally, anything like that, it's all in there, right? This is going to be a running document, so I highly recommend you continually update it as you go, right? As you kind of like refine your brand, right? Okay, so now we're going to come up with the actual marketing calendar, okay? So, marketing calendars, literally, you guys, are the backbone of your entire business. Literally, right? So, everything that you do is going to be based off of this marketing calendar. I do ours like quarterly. I recommend doing them quarterly. I don't think it's conducive to plan them out like that far out. So, quarterly, I think, is like the perfect sweet spot. Okay, so your content, your email blasts, your DMs, your assets, your theme, everything revolves around this calendar. Okay. Now, the marketing calendars tend to follow this type of structure, right? A month-to-month structure, right? We're all coaches in here, right? We understand periodization, right? Same idea. Okay. So phase 1 is going to be speaking a lot about awareness of the problems. Okay, we're gonna have these pain points and we're gonna be speaking to a lot of them, and our main goal this first month is to just garner as much attention as we can give as much value as we can and build as much trust as we can. I like to have no hard CTAs the first 2 weeks, minimum. No hard CTAs, no comments for guides, no nothing like that. It's all going to be engagement CTAs, right? So if you're talking about a certain problem or point, something like, oh, comment below if you've went through something similar, right? Share this with a friend that has been through this, right? Follow for more, right? Stuff like that, things to get people to engage with your content. Right, phase 2 generally is going to be the nurture phase, right? So building more trust, adding more value to these people. I'll do usually like soft CTAs for these, right? And by soft CTAs, it's like you're more passively talking about the lead magnet that you have, not so much like directly calling out for the CTA, if that makes sense, right? It's a little bit more subtle, right? And then phase 3 is when you're freaking pushing, right? So this is when we're pushing some type of launch that you're doing, right? Like this is where we really want to drive as much traffic to these landing pages as possible, right? This is where we want to start doing hard CTAs and getting people to book calls after they ask for the lead magnet, right? Okay, so now you take this brand constitution document, okay, and then you take this Claude prompt, which I'm dropping in the chat right now. Okay? So you take your brand constitution document, who you are, who your brand is, and who you're talking to, and then you're going to take this prompt, and it is going to create you your marketing calendar, right? Now, I will always say AI is a phenomenal tool, okay? It's not perfect. Always, always, always go back and revise. Revise and edit and fine-tune things, right? I highly suggest that, okay? Now, so by this point, you should have your brand constitution document, right? Your holy Bible. You should have your quarterly marketing calendar, right? And now what's missing? What's missing? Somebody come off mute. I'm calling on you. 3, 2, 1. Tammy, what's missing?
Content.
No, close.
I'm reading what Amber wrote. But I didn't know.
No, it's okay. Right? Your lead magnet. Okay? Your lead magnet. The place that we are driving all of this attention to. Right? Attention without direction does nothing for us. Right? If we get a video that goes viral and hits 1 million views, but we have nowhere to direct this attention to, right? It does nothing for us. Okay? So your lead magnet is ChatGPT okay to use instead of Claude? I mean, I personally don't think it's as powerful as a tool anymore. That's my opinion. Like Claude just has way more vast capabilities, and also like anybody that like reads copy from ChatGPT, reads scripts from ChatGPT, anything like that, you can tell in a heartbeat. You can tell immediately when it's ChatGPT, right? The stupid little emojis, like when it does your copy, right? It's super tacky, right? You spot it from a mile away. Okay. So your lead magnet should be a free or low ticket, high value resource that solves a very specific problem, right? You give them in exchange for their information, right? Normally it hides behind a landing page, or even I've seen the Google Forms and stuff like that, right? Now, what makes a good lead magnet? Again, it solves a very specific problem. You can get it to them in 10 minutes or less. So from the time that they comment on your post, within 10 minutes, you should be able to hit them up. Hey, I saw you comment for the weight loss guide, right? Thanks, I appreciate your comment. Like, here's your resource, boom. And then you send them the landing page, and then just so on, right? They fill out their information, they get the lead magnet. Now they're in their funnel. Now they're in your funnel, right? Yeah. So at that point, it's literally just a matter of just nurturing the leads, right? But anyways, we'll get there, right? And then it makes them want more from you, right? Like generally, right, your lead magnet should, like, yes, solve a problem, but also make them realize the other problems that they have, right? Now, make sure it's in a format that is conducive to distribution, right? So PDFs, checklists, you could do, if you have like mini like video trainings, like a YouTube unlisted playlist, like something like that, that you can like just grab the link, throw it in there and like get it to them. That's generally the way to do it. Okay. If you don't have one, you can use ours, right? We use this in the very beginning when like peptides were not as like, people were still kind of questioning it. They didn't know like all the ins and outs of it, what each one does, like stuff like that. So you guys, client facing, right, straight to consumer, you can use this one, right? Because people are going to be asking you like what it is, what it's about. Like they don't know, right? As much as us, like we're all in here and we're coaches, right? We live and breathe this stuff, right? Other consumers don't, right? So if you don't have a lead magnet, you can use this. When you go to click on that link, it's going to open up a Canva template file. So it'll open up your own version of this. Just rebrand it. Rebrand it, throw your own logos on it. Bada bing, bada boom, you're good to go, right? Here is your homework, okay? You are going to create your brand constitution document using the process that I showed you guys. All right, and then you are also going to take that brand constitution document and you're going to create your quarterly marketing calendar. Okay? And if you don't have one, you're also going to create your lead magnet, right? Again, you can use the one that I dropped in there, the standardized peptide guide, rebrand it with your own branding. You can edit that through that link. You could edit however you please. You know, you can do whatever you want. Okay. Excuse me. All right. So this is just the same Google Drive folder that I dropped in the beginning, right? Just keep that handy. Keep it in your back pocket. Do we have any questions?
Could you? Yeah. Sorry, I'm taking myself off without even asking you. Can you go back 2 screens so I can take a picture of what the homework was? Thank you.
Absolutely, yep. And then in that Google Drive folder too, I have these slides are in there as a PDF document as well. So you'll have these handy.
Thank you.
All right. We probably do. Do we have any questions on your marketing calendar, constitution documents, who you're talking to? Do we have any questions about any of this? Oh, hold on. Pull up my chat. When do we need to get this done? Before midnight. No, I'm kidding. Okay, this time next week. This time next week, you should have this done. I know it's kind of a lot. That's why I kind of mapped it out that way. But by this time next week, you should have this, because next week, based on those, we're going to be making content off of those, right? And you get this done. How do we save the brand analysis? So it's a Google form. It should be in that Google Drive folder. If it's not, I can I'll put it in there. But it'll be in there for you to go through and use. We're posting 3 times a day. Love it. With somewhat of a plan. Do we just go down to once a day with this flow? No. No. Do not do that. It is so hard. Okay, so posting. Okay, anybody that's in here that's posting only 1 time a day, I want you to understand, right? If it's just what you're able to do, that's okay. Right? Start with what you're capable of, right? It's the equivalent to like if I were like, oh, I'm gonna start posting 5 times a day. It's the equivalent to like if I didn't go to the gym for like a handful of years and then I pull up one day and I'm like 6 days a week, right? Let's go, right? We're all coaches. It's not sustainable. You know what I mean? And so if you're already doing 3 times a day, keep going with 3 times a day, but you can take that one piece of content and repurpose that into 2 to 3 other pieces of content, right? For example, if I have a script and it's about, right, whatever problem, we take that script, right? We film the talking head content from that script. Boom, there's one, right? We can also take that same script and we can come up with different hooks, different ways of saying the same thing, like in a hook, put it on a B-roll clip, B-roll, 5 seconds, title caption block, okay? And post it like that, go hard in the caption, right? Same post, repurpose differently. Now, that same script, what you can do is you can take that script and you can turn it into a carousel, right? Generally, for carousels, especially nowadays, you want carousels to be valuable. So I like to make our carousels like interactive, like guides or stuff like that, right? You want it to also like identify the problem and then offer the lead magnet as like the solution, right? Carousels, if you were to ask anybody 1 year ago today, carousels generally got shown to your audience, but nowadays what we've been seeing in the last 6 months, carousels are like 50-50, right? So 50% of your audience, and if it's a banger, like it'll get shown to a majority of not your audience too. So it's kind of around 50-50. Reels are 80 to 95% non-followers, right? And so you can take that same concept and repurpose it into other things. And then you can take that same thing and you can make it into a story post, right? So possibilities are endless. There's a million ways to skin a cat. All right? Okay. Could you please drop the Google Drive links again? Yes, absolutely. It's gonna be this one. So I'll take this. Boom. Okay, there's the Google Drive folder. All right. I think I lost my place. I think do my homework. Where's the key frame core? Okay. How do we do brain analysis? Could you drop the Google Drive again? Okay, Tammy, my head just blew off. I'm sorry. I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot. Like I really tried to like condense like everything like into a shorter time and try to make it as simple as possible. If you have any questions too, like please feel free to hit me up after. Shoot me a text, shoot me a message, and I can like I can be more hands-on and like more walk you through it. Okay. Where is the community for the Freedom Corps? So yes, that's going to be the Facebook group. Facebook group. If you got questions, comments, concerns, right? Everything's going to go in there, and that would kind of be like the centralized place that we kind of house all these things. So you do the homework. Yep. Post 30,000 times a day. Hey, if you, I'll tell you what. Like volume is king, right? Let me tell you. If you're averaging like 5,000 views per post, for example, right? If you're averaging 5,000 views per post and you're posting 7 times a day, sorry, I need my calculator. I'm not good at math, right? That's 35,000 views in 1 week, okay? Now, if you post 3 times a day, 5,000 views, 3 times a day times 7 days a week, 105,000 views. Okay? Every time you get a post out, it's like a fishing line. Right? You never know what's gonna really hit and be a banger like that. You can suspect and you can follow certain guidelines, but like at the end of the day the algorithm's gonna algorithm, right? Like it's just sometimes just the way that the stars align like is why like a post like performs really well. You could post that same exact post a different timeline or at a different time and it could not perform as well, right? Every post you put out is a fishing line. The more you put out, the better, right? On 86 platforms. Listen, hey, so we post on 7. We post 3 to 5 times a day on 7 different platforms, and I'm telling you right now, like we really only see like motion on like a select 2 or 3 that like really matter. So like, don't stress about posting on every platform. Stress about posting on the right platform, right? Because you also got to think about your demographic. Ask yourself, what type of content is your demographic more likely to consume? And then base your answer on what platform to post on off of that, right? Facebook, right? Facebook, you can write long copy on Facebook and like it could be a hit, right? If you have a younger audience like me, right? We got attention spans like a squirrel, right? A quick cut, quick videos, like that might be like best for like my demographic, right? But ask yourself that and then go from there, right? But I suggest generally like Instagram, Facebook is like, and YouTube is like, are like the kings of content. YouTube is the most evergreen, but it is the hardest. It is absolutely the hardest. Because like if you're watching a reel, that's a 60-second reel, right? I can captivate somebody and keep somebody engaged for 60 seconds, easy. Now to have somebody give a fuck through like a whole 30-minute video is like another beast to skin, right? So start small and then you can migrate. Where can we find free or inexpensive B-roll? Okay, so I have this, where I get my B-roll. I have this website called Envato. I'm going to, one second. Oh, dude, that just scared me. It was full screen. I thought I just canceled the whole thing out. Okay, so I use what's called Envato. I'm gonna grab the link. I'll put it in the chat. So Envato is not just like a video editing software, but like what it is it has B-roll videos, it has stock images, it has graphics, it has templates, it has like unlicensed music, so you have the freedom to use it in like any content, any ads, right? I can't take a Travis Scott song and use it on an ad because I'm gonna get flagged, right? I can't take a Travis Scott song and put it on a YouTube video because YouTube will take that down really quick. But here, like all the music, you have all rights to use, all the stock B-roll images, everything you have all the rights to use. So Envato, that is what I use. And I think it's maybe like $15 a month, $20 a month, something like that. Dude, appreciate all this info, but some of us are fairly new. I understand Google Docs, but I don't know how to take your link and save it. Sherry, which link? Tammy, okay. A little bit of overwhelm. It's okay, you guys. It's okay, right? So, appreciate info. Google Doc. Okay. What link do you need help saving specifically? The one with the folder? I'll put it in the yes. Okay. Here you go. Boom. 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 Okay. Just open the link is what to do, then save it later. Yes, exactly. So just like have this handy. If you have a notes folder, right? Like notes like on your phone or whatever, put the link in your notes and you'll have it, right? What you can also do when you open up this folder, you can make a shortcut to your Google Drive folder, any folder that you want on your Google Drive, and it'll take you directly to it. Right? You can make the shortcut on like the frontmost like page of your Google Drive, right? And keep it like super simple. Okay. I think I lost my place with the questions. Free and inexpensive B-roll. Appreciate the info. Yeah, like, and again, like Sherry and Tammy both, like, I understand it's a bit overwhelming. Touch base with me afterwards, and I'll help you guys more one-on-one. What is the top platform that you recommend? Also, does pure talking heads perform well, or does it need to be fairly edited? Okay, so phenomenal question. Okay, the top. So again, kind of like to touch base on a little bit of what I said before. The best platform to recommend is a platform that your ICA is most likely to be on, right? Whether that be Facebook or Instagram, like those are generally the juggernauts. And so that's what I would heed first. TikTok, conversion on TikTok organic is not the vibe. We haven't seen it very much, but some people have success with it, but it's few and far between. Right? Pure talking heads perform well, or does it need to be fairly edited? I would refrain from over editing anything. Here's the problem, right? People don't want super polished content anymore. That shit is old. It's like a couple years ago old. Nobody cares about what it looks like, right? As long as it doesn't look like shit, like you fucking filmed it on a calculator, and like as long as like the audio is like fairly decent, right? But generally, you all have phones. They have pretty good cameras and they have pretty good audio, right? They care more about the value that you're giving than anything else. I have thousands of dollars worth of equipment right here. You don't need any of it. You need this. You need this and value to add to somebody's life, right? So it's all going to be in like what you're saying and like how you're bringing them in. What's your hook? That's usually the first question you should be asking yourself. What's your hook in a carousel, in a reel, in any type of content, in an email blast, anything? What is your hook? What you're saying is more important than the equipment you're filming on, by far. Pure talking heads, they do perform well. Yet what's performing really well I've seen is they call it yapping content, where like it just appears as somebody's just like kind of just pull out their phone and they kind of just like passively are yapping to the camera. But what they're not seeing is how structured what they're saying is, right? So like, not to get like too in the weeds with you guys, but it's like they'll for example, they'll say a hook and then they'll open a loop, right? They'll say the hook and then they'll be like, and here's what happened. Or like, and this is what people are saying, right? That opens the loop. The next couple lines is usually problem awareness, right? That closes the loop. Then they open the loop again, and then they close the loop with the CTA, right? We will go over that more in depth later, but yapping content, this is performing very well. So like talking heads do perform well. Do you have any metrics on views to leads conversion rates on average? Metrics on views to leads conversion rates on average. So it depends, right? So for example, like if I'm looking at a carousel post, right? And I post a carousel post, I get 10 likes on it. A good ratio that I like to see is if I have 10 likes, I want to see 5 CTA responses. Not people like commenting on like, oh, this post is great, right? Oh, I like your hair, right? Like, no, like I want 5 CTA responses. So I guess it's 1 to 2 ratio, right? And so when I see that on a carousel post, I'll throw money at it. And so we boost posts. So I will boost a post if I see that ratio on it, because if it works like that organically, paid, it's gonna work, right? So that's kind of what I like to see. Now, kind of like the same general rule for reels, I won't look at views. I look at the likes, the engagement ratios. That's like the main things that I'm looking at. So if I like the engagement ratios, then I'll throw some money at it and like boost it, and like we'll reel in like a bunch of other like CTA responses and stuff, right? That's how I do it. And what might those platforms be? What was I talking about when you said that? like the best performing platforms? I mean, like it's okay. So Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, like they're the juggernauts. They're the kings, honestly. Like I said, YouTube is you get the best payoff, but it is the hardest to do. Instagram, Facebook, like conversion on Instagram, Facebook is incredible. Plus, I really like how you can boost posts and run ads, everything like on there, and it works really good. TikTok, like again, like we don't see very high conversion on that. LinkedIn is it's all right, but I've seen conversions be good on that if your demographic is there, right? I've seen them work. LinkedIn is a pretty good one. I've also heard of like Substack. Like Substack is a long form written type of platform. So if you're really good at that, like that's your thing, and your demographic is there, like something like that, right? You know, if we're mostly on YouTube, some Facebook, do we still need to be over on IG? So I would say like, you went through all the work to create the content, might as well post it on there too, 100%, right? So if you have like a 30-minute video, right, you can take that 30-minute video, throw it into Opus Clip, and it'll chop it all up for you, and you might as well be passively posting that. Because I'll tell you what, if you're doing YouTube, right, what you should be doing with YouTube long form is YouTube Shorts. Now, for YouTube Shorts, they need to be what is in your long form, right? Because that's how you're getting the people in, and you're bringing them to your channel, to your long form, right? The short form buys the long form, right? And so if you're already doing that, which if you're not, then start. But if you're taking that long form and you're already chopping it up, you might as well push it off to Instagram and TikTok. You're already there. You're already halfway there. All the work's already done, right? And there's also my keynote, okay? There's third-party platforms that are like, they're like Hootsuite, or like I've seen Metricool, where it's like you can multi-post on like platforms. Instagram recognizes that. The platforms recognize that you're posting on a third-party platform, and in my experience, it will stiff you. It takes a little bit, right? Takes a little bit longer for it to like get going. These platforms, Instagram, Facebook, everything, they like when you post on their platform natively. This is a little keynote. 29 minutes in the first F-bomb. I did pretty good. All right, I did pretty good. I'm usually pretty bad. I tried to hold my tongue so I could, so the actual point of what I'm saying like kind of bleeds through. I'm always wrong with what I think will hit. So I'm always wrong with what I think will hit. Sometimes I'm sure, and sometimes it's crickets. Others are like meh, and then boom, right? Okay, listen. Yes, like I said, every single post is a fishing line, right? You can't like say for a 100% certain fact that a video is gonna go viral. It's never 100%. It's always a very high educated guess. Even at the top, listen, I've learned content from the top like 1% of caliber of content creators that walk this planet, right? Millions of views generated per day. They say the same thing. You can't definitively say, right? And so the more you get out there, the more chances that you get that a post does hit. Like Becca, like specifically for you, like I'll see a good like variety of different posts that you'll do. Those B-roll clips with the title caption blocks, those tend to perform very well for you. And it's like, you might have one that hits like 600, 700, maybe 800, and it's like one day it'll hit like over 100K, right? Work. No progress, but you're a little bit better, right? Work. You still don't see anything, but you're a little bit better. Work, and then you're paid, right? Then you have one that hits. And now that you have one that hits, analyze the data. Why did it hit? Why did that video perform well? Was it the hook? Was it the actual B-roll clip? Sometimes it's literally what you're wearing, right? All these little details, little things like matter. And so when you can see that and you can see trends in your content, then you know what to do going forward. And that's why volume is so important, right? Because if I'm posting one time a day for a month, you have 30 pieces of content, that's 30 data points that you can look at. But if you're posting 2-3 times a day, now you're looking at like 60 to 90 data points that you can look at, analyze, and then dictate like what the next month of content is gonna look like. And I'm going to touch base on this a little bit more on the next one, but when I build out our like content calendars, I don't like to do content calendars farther than like 2 weeks out, because you don't know like what events, what new shit that's going to happen between now and 3 months from now. Marketing calendar is a little bit different, right? But the content calendar, what you're actually like making the content with, 2 weeks is like the sweet spot. So that's a little golden nugget, right? In order for me, I'll keep reading and practicing and learning, and then ask if there's more questions. Yeah, and Tammy too. Like, there's also these recordings will also be available as well. So you can go through like when you're like doing your homework between now and next week. When you're going through, like you can just kind of go at your own pace, because I know I talk really fast, so I get it. I want to add, my budget is super tight. Is it best to find a winning post and boost it? Yes. If a post is working organically, it's gonna work paid. It will. And so like that's kind of like the general like guideline. If you see a post working very well organically, 9 times out of 10 it'll work great paid. And that's also like how the ratio, the like to comment like ratio, that's also like another thing I'll look at, like, right? And so, yes. Opus what? Opus Clip, right? I'll drop that link in here as well. So Opus Clip, Opus Pro, whatever you want to call it. So what this is it is a software that you take your long form content, you put it in here, and it chops it all up, and it spits you out a whole library of short form content from that long form content. Now, again, I will say this till I'm blue in the face. AI is great, it's not perfect, okay? Oh, it'll add like captions, it'll add a title caption block, like stuff like that. Remove all of it. Take all of it off. Like, download it from there, throw it in CapCut or Edits or whatever you use, and like edit it on your own. And by edit it, like put your own like hook on it. Don't use the hook that it's giving you, right? Put your own kind of like style to it, right? Like I generally like to go with the rule that like whatever you're putting to the video shouldn't be too distracting from like the point that you're making. So when you're looking at like your captions, you're like, oh, my captions look pretty. Cool, make them look pretty however you want, but as long as it's not so distracting that's taking away from the video. Same thing with like background music, right? Cool, just make sure it's not taking away from the point of the video. Let's see. Ads, Opus what? Yep, so Opus Clip. Hard not to recommend manual posting. It's extra work, but it's worth it. It is so worth it. I 110% agree. Like, they can tell when you're using a third-party platform. They can tell. And also, like, when you post natively on a platform, so for example, if I'm posting on Instagram, like, there's so many things, like, in the process of making the post that you can, like, do to it. You can, like, tag people, collaborate, you can add certain music, you can do a trial reel, you can do, like, so many things, like, in there that when you post on a third party, you can't do any of that. You can't. And so, that's another reason. Do we send the exact same post to all three, or do people feel like they've already seen that and keep scrolling? Put the same one. Listen, it depends on your time. It depends on how much time you have and how much bandwidth you have, right? If you have the time to go back and like alter it slightly, do it. But if you don't, just post it, right? Because normally, I don't know about you guys, I have my one or two platforms that I stick to, right? Not everybody is everywhere all the time. So somebody that sees your stuff here, they might not see your stuff here, and vice versa. So the more the merrier, right? Fishing lines. You're just getting fishing lines out. I have a personal Facebook page and a business page that people follow, and I've been posting from my private page and sharing it from my business page. Is that correct, or should I switch? I think it should be fine. So you have the personal page and then the business page. And you've been posting from your private page and sharing it to the business page. No, that should be fine. You should be fine. Yep. Boom. Yep. Okay. Are there any more questions surrounding like content, marketing calendars, brand documents, anything like that I could help you guys answer? Going once. Going twice. Thanks, all you need to run. Appreciate you. Absolutely, Kristen. Absolutely. This has been great. Thank you. How important is it to post your reels to your stories? I wouldn't. I wouldn't post your reels to your stories. Because if somebody, so the feed metrics, to me, the feed metrics are more important than like the story metrics. And also on stories, like just the formatting of them should be a little bit different, right? If you're posting on stories, so feed is where you add value, stories is where you sell, right? Stories is where you'd have like a single image post and then a link to your landing page where their lead magnet is, right? Or like a couple of slides, and then it ends with a link to the lead magnet or where you're trying to direct traffic, right? Stories are for selling, feed is for adding value. How about using Instagram to post to Facebook? That's fine. That's good. I do that too. When it has a button and it's like post to your Facebook, yeah, do that. Where should we reach out to you if we need more help? In the Facebook group. So drop a post in the Facebook group, and then I'll reach out to you guys. You can also do actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's centralize that. Let's keep it in the group. And then and then from there, like, I'll just like reach it to you. Do we have a Slack? No, not client facing Slacks. We have like an internal like team Slack, but I don't use it for that. Missed the first 10 minutes. Where will the replays be? So replays will be in your Kajabi portal. Right after this is done, I'm going to take this video and I will upload it into there, and you'll be able to access it there. And I'll also put the Google Drive, the link in that Kajabi portal too. So you can just like go directly to it from there. Individual help. And then better to have a business Instagram account set up as business or personal. Business. Business for sure. Because if you have a personal account, you can't look at your metrics. Right? So when you go to your page, and it has this thing at the top where it says professional dashboard, right? And then you press it and it has all these cool little graphs and numbers and metrics and stuff like that, right? If you have a personal account, you can't do that. It doesn't let you look at all that stuff. And all that stuff is very important. Data is king. Right? All right. So it's currently set.
I have one more question.
Of course, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No worries.
So I know that there are quote unquote do's and don't things to say, or like certain ways to word things that they don't. I'm not sure it gets like us personally in trouble, or like as a whole would get us in trouble. So what are the do's and don'ts of what to say, what not to say?
About like you're talking specifically about peptides?
I mean, in general, like in your post, on the call, whatever the case may be, like what is not allowed so that nobody gets in trouble.
So for any like basic like fitness and nutrition advice, I don't see many things that are getting people banned or flagged from that, but peptides. So when you're speaking about peptides in your top of funnel, so anything front facing, like all your short form, you should never be telling people what to do with their peptides as far as like dosing protocols, right? Recommendations like that, stay away from, right? And always put a disclaimer I put a disclaimer at the bottom of every single caption, and then on reels too. Like on the reels, it'll be like in the bottom, and it'll be like 50% transparency, and like it'll say like for educational purposes only, right? And in the caption, it'll say consult with your doctor or physician, or consult with your doctor. This is for educational purposes, right? Be so exact and precise about that, and then don't like tell people like what to do with their dosing. That's like the number one thing I've been seeing like people get taken down for, is talking about dosing. If you're on TikTok, even just mentioning the word peptide will get you taken down. So the language that you should be using should be something like functional wellness, functional medicine, wellness medicine, right? These kind of words and phrases are ways that people kind of like work around the bans and work around like actually saying the word peptide. Because for our Instagram account, honestly, I don't know how the fuck it happened, but somebody, I think it was our old media buyer. He had a guy at Meta that got us approved for something that like lets us say the word peptide and us like not be flagged and whatnot. But even then, still, I will always put a disclaimer and always tell them to consult their doctor, right? So yeah, that's kind of like the general rule with that. All right. So any last questions? And I got you to say fuck. Yeah, you did. I was trying to be good. I feel like I did pretty good, no lie. All right, so any last questions? Going once, going twice. If you need any help, drop it in the Facebook group. I'll be monitoring it tonight. These uploads will be there sometime tonight. Okay? I'm gonna let you guys have 7 minutes in your night back. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for bearing with me through all my cussing, and we'll talk to you guys soon. We'll see you guys tomorrow. See you. Thank you.